do it in Shazam's position for the free swag.
And with,
Cloud9
Nitro
swag.
back in his house now. I mean, but they've got Adrenaline. Unfortunately, we can't see him today because he's having his nails done. But I don't know. I feel like staying on Denial was, I don't know. So XP3 is subbing in place of Adren. Was supposed to be Rush from Elevate, but we're having XP3 instead. Excuse me, my asthma is saying no right now.
You do have the push coming in from iBUYPOWER into the B side. Playing around, but now it's go time there, and they do manage to make a very nice entry. Yet to lose a man. And in fact, it could very well be the case that they lose no man.
Revenge teammate.
But Nitro, the upcoming player here, is ready to do some damage. At least get some money in from the kills, and that's should be able to afford the scout now at the very least in the following round, having that one kill in the bag. Can he rack up any more? There's going to be a large amount of players left alive for iBUYPOWER for him to choose from to try and frag, and he does pick up 2, so that's kind of cool. That's nice for Nitro at least. But it is iBUYPOWER with a nice start here to the series, best of 5, and to catch as well. You know, the T side, it always feels really nice to get a strong start there, being a CT-sided map and all.
There's more to talk about on the Denial side as well. Obviously, they very recently removed Fugly to add Nitro, but Fugly was one of their boys, so they brought him back on the team afterwards. They felt like, oh, this is wrong, man.
Nice.
He's our guy.
I love those shots. That feels so good. And Nitro, he might just do way more damage yet in this round. The scouts are super strong in these situations. Hiko just charging in, doesn't care at all. Up short. There's a player over by Sandbags though, which is XP3 gets handily dealt by Hiko. Dealt with by Hiko. And Nitro going to finally get taken out. But they do lose 3 players already, and Nafly might be able to get even more damage done here. He does get some good tags there.
They're going to have to double peek, but he can use that cover wisely.
That was very, very
5
close.
HP on Hiko, yes, and close indeed.
That was really close. Great round there for Denial. They did a lot of damage. They got 3 players killed, and that's going to be a result they'll be very happy with. That's you know, two drops potentially is, you know, a lot of money that iBUYPOWER are not getting because of those kills. So I think Denial are pretty ecstatic. And now they just have to like go for a stack and just, if the site doesn't get picked, you know, they're fine.
So Denial, it was Anger they removed, who had recently joined them. So they took away the new boy and put back one of the old guard. That double nade is going to send Nafly packing, but they have stacked the site. There's 3 more to find. And there's 1 more to find. It's like cleaning house right now. And that will be a harmless round for iBUYPOWER. Just a few nades to replenish.
It's kind of anticlimactic a little bit, because like, so let's stack this side, guys. So, oh my god, they actually chose this. Oh, we were all dead.
Yeah.
Nothing happened at all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad. Look at that. All M4, A4s. That none of them liking the silencer.
Interesting.
And I think it's the silencer is the better weapon overall.
On every map though? Just
generally, I think it's the edges it gives substantial.
Do you feel like it gives that edge on, say, the A site on this map?
I think just the ability for them to take damage and have to react, like if you're not on their screen, you just get that extra edge because it takes longer for them to react to your position. And that's a really big advantage in of itself.
If I was playing mid on this map, then I would probably choose the silence one. Because if you're supporting A later on, then you can get some angles where people can't necessarily see you coming straight away. If I was playing A, I think I'd go for the M4A4. And B, if you've got 2 people playing B, it depends for me. If I was playing potentially B to mid, then I'd go silence, but just B, I'd go M4A4.
They're ready to barrel into the side. Look at this, they're up close to that choke point, ready to push in, and Daps is on site, and they are actually, I think, fairly aware that a push is coming in here. We do have 3 players on B at the moment. Nafly over by the back of Vents behind the crate, going to be able to pick up the first kill. Daps still on the site, yet to really receive action. Going to finally get challenged by AZK, and he does kill him, dropping the bomb, and that is a really tough entry here for iBUYPOWER. They haven't managed to push into the site effectively at all. Denial on top of this defense.
Close. Look at the HP on these guys, 9 and 16.
And if Skadul dies, that's a free AWP for Denial now. great round, all for surviving. That's fantastic for Denial. They did really well there.
Yeah, that was a solid round for them. And free AWP is always good. Get an AK is going to stick it on Nitro as well, one of the kind of standout players for their team now. Good to see him back on the roster. So, as I understand it, yeah, Hiko is a stand-in for a while. Essentially, I think he'll be kept as a stand-in as far as Cloud9 are concerned until they're happy with the replacement of Shazam. Then maybe they will release him from his contract. You can see him still rocking the Cloud9 logo, so definitely a contractual thing. Nafly holding the angle now with that AWP. Hiko does bait the shot and manages to escape. So they've identified where the AWP is. Skadoodle with one of his own is going to get the best of Nafly, so that's going to be an opening frag there for iBUYPOWER in round 5. Towards the B bomb site. That nade is going to send one of them attacking, and that's going to be Daze leaving the building.
There we go. Daps has so far been quite effective on this site. And Hiko's there ready to put it through, and he does manage to take down Daps quite easily, in fact. Not much damage done by Daps. I think he only managed to take down one player, and it's looking pretty good here for iBUYPOWER, especially as Skadoodle's racking up these frags here with this AWP. Bomb does go down, not in the best position ever, but that's okay. AZK is on the site, there's only 2 players from Denial left to deal with, and iBUYPOWER have these angles under. And Key, look at that! AZK with a great defensive kill coming in onto Fugly. Nitro pushing in slowly, but there is too little time and too little chance with such low health. So Nitro is going to back away with the AK, see if he can keep that alive. And iBUYPOWER, it's unlikely they're going to actually find him unless he wants to be found here. And it's actually going to even pop off the incendiary there. And it's almost peeking as well. Interesting. I mean, the incendiary is very expensive on the CT side, so I'm surprised that he went for that.
It is indeed. And I feel like if they were close enough, they probably would have just run through it to try and get the frag there. So
yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, so it's going to be 4-1 to iBUYPOWER. Great start on the T side, the less favoured side. iBUYPOWER are probably the strongest American team on Cash. We've seen them dominate teams just with pure strategy on many occasions. So expect a strong showing for them on this first map of this best of 5. And people running all over the A map, getting taken out by Skadoodle and Daze there. So 2 fast frags again. There comes the 3rd from Swag. And this is going to be a very solid round, looks like, from iBUYPOWER. Nafly getting some 5-7 kills there. So having the right angle on the gap in the smoke, and it's going to be all down to XP3 on his eco. Only a 5-7 and no armor to speak of. So it looks like he's going to try and save that. Maybe set himself up for an exit frag somewhere. And I expect the T's will start looking for him to eliminate him from this round. So we have Skadoodle sneakily looking around at Tech9. Again, as we said earlier in the European broadcast, Tech9 is a weapon that we're seeing a hell of a lot more of now that CZ has been nerfed. But as to whether or not it's being exploited to its full potential right now, I don't think so. I think it's a gun that kind of looks and feels very different to the other pistols, and people, I wouldn't say have the hang of it yet compared to, say, the P250 or the CZ. So maybe it's a gun that will technically grow on these players in the coming weeks and months. We'll have to find out. 5-1 for iBUYPOWER.
Running pretty stretched for Denial, and Skadoodle ready to scope himself into the A bomb site, and you can play with the smoke a lot from the Opus perspective there, really trying to get those angles. And we do have a very, very large amount of freedom to find angles there from A main, so Denial need to be very careful of that. They haven't really spotted that there's a bulk of players towards A main just yet as well, and these guys are ready to push in. The nades are coming in now, so Denial are going to realize what's going on, but this is going to be hard to hold. They're trying to delay rotation. There's 3 players towards the B side here for Denial. That means we're going to have to see a great performance from Nitro and from Fugly, but Nitro already going down for naught, and Fugly as well. That's a beautiful push into the bomb site. And look at this, Hiko still causing so much trouble for the players on the rotation. Skadoodle with the flick, and Daps, I mean, it's virtually a graveyard out there. He's just going to have to sit still and try to save this weapon. But that was a great push into the site. Denial had no info of what was happening in A main.
Yeah, that was great baiting there by Hiko on the B bomb site. Worked to a treat, having 3 people over to B with the bomb over to A, and Denial just getting absolutely out-aimed at the moment. I mean, they lost every single duel in that round, just completely out-aimed, being dominated by iBUYPOWER here. Something needs to change. I'm not sure what, but they're just losing every single duel.
It's really weird because iBUYPOWER have been doing some plays which are a little bit, they're not super common the way that they execute these, like in Europe at least. Because I guess I can talk about it now because we do have the pistols here for Denial. So basically, some of the approaches that iBUYPOWER have used is that they don't do a lot of harassment across the map. They don't put a lot of players across the map, making map presence all over the place. And that's one of the elements where, as a T side, you can really create doubt in the CT mind as to where you're going to hit, and so it really slows rotations and obscures what you're really doing. However, iBUYPOWER have actually just kind of put all their chips in one bag essentially, and thrown it at one site. And because Denial haven't been finding any information, they're not rotating in time. They're not actually abusing the weakness of that play, and it's why you don't see it super often in Europe. But we saw them now on B and on A, just basically all huddle up behind the choke point and then rush in. And that's not super common at all in Europe. And I think that's one of the reasons. I think at least a lot of the European teams like to be quite aggressive on the information gathering. So perhaps that needs to be something that I need to think about. Trying to more proactively take B storage, maybe think about pushing A main or pop flashing in there, or even just like the spotting, like the safe spotting that we've seen. Like, for example, Happy is iconic jumping, sliding up the barrel, but looks like Denial are actually making a bit of a meal of this for iBUYPOWER. Nitro up on top of the red container. Let's get taken down eventually, and Snaps does go down too. So a bit of a close call, almost connecting some shots there, Nitro, but iBUYPOWER was 7 rounds to 1.
Okay, it's buy time now for Denial. They don't have the money for an AWP, which is something I'd say they need at the moment, because Scoodoodle is just having the time of his life over there on the other side. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, so at the moment there isn't really any answer for Scoodoodle. Again, you've got Hiko going towards the B bomb site, and the rest of them pretty solidly going straight towards A. I think it's a case of if it's not broken, don't fix it. Yeah,
and I guess when this smoke goes away, they're probably just going to hit the push. I mean, they've got Hiko creating some presence, but this time Denial are rotating some players towards A. Feels like they've got a much better idea of the situation. We've got XP3 floating around the car position, but there it is. Hiko going to drop a player over towards B. That's going to cause Daps to actually rotate back now.
Look at that. Amazing play there by, I was going to say Netcode guys because of Dave's name, iBUYPOWER. That nade and then the follow-up Molotov. They're just doing really good work there. Hiko running the distraction on the B side. That's going to be a great frag there to open it up, but there's only one CT left, and they are going to rotate the bomb, it seems, over to the B bomb site now that Hiko has cleared house. Scoodoodle, however, does know that the remaining CT is on A, just going to hang around and try and get the frag. Not going to give him free passage over to the B bomb site. And
nice.
There's a frag through that really annoying metal on that forklift as well, which causes a lot of people trouble. Very, very clean, almost like a snooker player.
Scoodoodle is a fantastic AWPer, there is no question about it.
Best AWPer NA, undisputed.
So it's very, very impressive how iBUYPOWER have just been out executing Denial more or less at the moment. And Denial certainly been struggling. Going to be up to a pistol round again.
3-man push here from the B bomb site. Two of them going to get taken out by Hiko though, doing great work on the B area, stopping those rotations. And I mean, that's pretty much gendered around already.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really, really scary thing that Hiko can do so much damage by himself, because it's obviously one of the kind of vanilla styles of play to have like one guy in B storage in most of the rounds. It's kind of like having your one guy on Banana, you know, on Inferno. It's a very similar kind of dynamic. You can always have a guy there, and even if the push is coming into A, he can still effectively delay rotation or even get kills. And we're seeing Hiko more than reliably do that. So that's really scary that he's doing so much for iBUYPOWER here when the bulk of their power comes into other areas of the map. So Denial, it's very hard for them to find a response when on all counts they're getting kind of trumps.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Denial. I mean, if it continues like this, and then map 1 is going to be a write-off. But again, it is a best of 5, so they have time to adjust, time to warm up if that's what's needed as well. So
you did make the point that it's kind of like iBUYPOWER's kind of bread and butter as well. So that's,
yeah,
that's
I mean, this is one of the in terms of the league play we had last league. this was always one of their strongest maps. They just absolutely dominated people on both sides. So again, if this map continues this way, it's not necessarily a suggestion of how the other maps will go. This is a very strong map for iBUYPOWER as far as North American Counter-Strike is concerned. So we have 4 AWPs coming out for Denial. So
oh my god.
I mean,
That's desperation, I guess.
wow, this is. I want to see what happens. What can I say? This is crazy.
All the orbs in the kitchen sink.
This should help them win the duels. I mean, all they have to do is click once.
But it just looks like maybe one of the rounds where iBUYPOWER just don't even want to try splitting anybody up. They just want to hit the site hard again altogether almost. It's kind of a crazy way to play.
I would love to be on comms at the beginning of this round. Okay, guys. Everybody buy AWP.
It's really hard with this kind of strategy, like to figure out what iBUYPOWER are doing as well, because they have so many AWPs, they can't exactly pop flash a guy with an AWP in. It doesn't work as easily that way. So just like all the nades coming in, nade after nade after nade, very reminiscent of the LDLCA take with all those nades. But let's see if Denial can hold on here. An AWP down, an AK down already. 3 AWPs left in play for Denial, but they're smoked off. This is the perfect counter strat. This is exactly how you counter strat a lot of AWPers. Even though they are getting the frags through the smoke, it's going to be hard to push up close with these AWPs. There's just no doubt about that.
Wow, nice by XP3
the
there.
parkour coming out from XP3. Swag with a nice frag though. And it's going to be Daps left alone with his AWP against 2 remaining players. He's going to turn tail and run, however. There's so much money on the ground though with all those AWPs. I mean, AZK and Swag could pick up 2 AWPs feasibly for their team if they really wanted to. But they don't have any need to. There's no necessity for them to have AWPs.
Interestingly, no one's really held the angle that we see Daze hold on CTA. Well, I mean, we saw someone holding, like standing in that area near the door on A, but he wasn't holding an angle. He had an AK or an M4, and he was just standing in the corner. And he got naded off the barrels, and then got Molotov as well. But again, we've seen recently how Daze holds that position with an AWP, and just causes absolute havoc. He's been recently unchallenged there, and just been able to just dominate the entire site from holding that angle. But I haven't seen that yet from Denial. Now it looks like it's going to be a fast push onto the B site. Now we've seen some craziness with Deagles in this position. That's doing massive work with the AWP now. Bomb is down, and there's 1 player left, that is Swag. So they tried to mix things up, despite it still being successful on A. And it hasn't gone their way.
Counter-terrorists win.
So many AWPs. It's this round's worked out for them. iBUYPOWER with a bit of a how to put it. They were just trying to open themselves up to some aim duels there. They just literally were like, well, we're just going to challenge you on the aim, and this time Denial did come out on top. So nice.
Nafly's going to continue with the scout despite Nitro having $4,800 in the bank. Like, I feel like he should upgrade either to an AWP or a rifle, because there are 3 rounds left and they need all of them right now. So I'm not sure if scout is the right approach. However, it does make him a little bit more mobile. But that's the kind of power you need to see from XP3 there.
So iBUYPOWER leaving the bomb actually behind a little bit, always with the idea in mind that they could pull back from this after pulling the rotation towards A. And I feel like iBUYPOWER could play against the rotations of Denial quite heavily, because Denial, I think, are really afraid of these heavy pushes. So by showing some presence, they could probably pull them back and forth quite well. And we do see a little bit of a mid take coming in from iBUYPOWER. They do have 1 player sneaking up. It's AZK close to the white box. XP3, great response. Very fast reaction. Handling things.
See, now if there was an AWP by the door, Daze would have got shot while he was throwing that flashbang out. So that's something that's maybe missing from this side. Winning the duels this time though. 4 versus 2 right now. They're looking good to bring this back to 3-10.
Eco missing his entry, and that is making things very hard for them to get onto the site now. Daze with 10 health, creeping up middle. There's nobody around, but the ranges are certainly going to play very well towards Denial. You have all those sniper rifles in hand at the moment. They're not going to spot him, but he's going to be able to take down Daps. There's 2 more players left alive for Daze to come into contact with, and he is going to get taken down. So 10-3. Denial could very well put it back to 10-5, but still, we saw this kind of scoreline before. I mean, it's so brutal and cash. And again, the 4 AWPs. Is this a thing for Denial, or are they just having fun right now?
I really, really want to see somebody holding Daze's angle on A because it's
Well, they got 4 AWPs. How are they not holding?
Yeah, the way iBUYPOWER are just standing in A main and throwing grenades. Like it's 3 kills. But okay, we've got Naflo with an even more aggressive angle, so that's at least going to give them a lot of information as well. If he can continue holding that, he's going to smoke it off and look towards the door.
I like that. Ooh, are they going to go up short? Looks like they want to just swing up the short, go for the split onto A. In they go. Skadoodle leading the charge with the AK. But he does find AZK though over by Toxic, so they are getting thinned out a little bit before they can get the bomb on that site. That is a problem now as Nitro has brought himself to the car position, but Hiko cleaned out the site now. Bomb still can't make its way across though. There is Nitro kind of cutting off the path. So they're going to try to make their way over to B with that bomb. It's a good mid-round call coming in here for iBUYPOWER to switch it up, but actually Denial not over-rotating all that much. Daps is up here on the heaven, but there is Swag from below, able to cover his teammate, and Stays is able now to plant the bomb. And do we have a 2-on-2? This could go either way at this point. Nitro coming in from the vent side. Great shot there, what an amazing reaction. And Swag able to put it to a 1-on-1 now. As XP3 goes for the drop, he gets spotted, misses the shot, and Swag will finish him off. But XP3 with it, I was very impressed with his AWPing.
Great bait there by Swag to end that round. One thing I don't think I've seen, at least where we've been specking during this match, is like counter flashes. Like what we saw in the European matches, especially with my X and G Unu Ain, is teams counter flashing with aggressive peeking as well. Like we're seeing people fall. It's generally 1v1 duels. We're not really seeing the CTs use teamwork to counter flash and then peek, etc.
They are boosting up on over mid though, so we have to see if they're going to run into AZK. Oh, AZK is going to get a free one, and now he knows Fugly's there. It's an easy kill. That's a lot of money just hitting the floor right there. Now losing 3 players in quick succession. Surely should end the first half in the favor of iBUYPOWER 12-3 perhaps, but XP3 and Nitro are still left alive. The bomb yet to be picked up by a player for iBUYPOWER, so they got loads of room to play with. It's hard to see them throwing this round away, but as I said, at Nitro and XP3 going to take down 2 kills each respectively, and 2 AWPs for 2 AWPs for iBUYPOWER, and 1 AWP on XP3 for Denial. So who knows what's going to happen now? This is anybody's game. As XP3 has put forward some very strong results with that AWP so far. Days, oh, he has the angle on lock. That's great play there. Very good sense of the angles on this map.
Good plant position as well. That's where people should normally plant rather than those barrels Days just jumped on, because it allows you to defend the bomb site from the checkers area, not just the bomb site itself.
Actually, a threat showed me, but wait, he was gonna show me, but didn't show me another plant that's also safe, but you can shoot not only from checkered but also from the other entrance from B storage, from the T spawn side. Yeah, and he said it's also like a safe one, so it's actually, in his opinion, better than that plant.
Okay.
So I need to learn that so I can just like not say, oh guys, there's a better plant, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
So it is 3-12 in favor of iBUYPOWER, and don't count Denial out yet. They have the freedom afforded to them by the T side now, where they can go absolutely crazy, and it's working so far with 2-man advantages. AZK and Skadoodle are left for the CT side. AZK taking down Fugly. Can they get the bomb down? Bomb is on the floor at the moment, in the door, so that's going to be in an awkward position. Fortunately, they have the numbers advantage now, 3 versus 1, as Skadoodle is the last man standing. XP3 rips his head off, and that is a good start for Denial. And yeah, while they have a huge deficit, I think they don't have the pressures of the CT side there. So we'll see. But again, once Daze gets an AWP, and if he holds that angle and they start pushing A site and they don't find a hard counter for them, they're going to be in trouble. We've seen it before. Will we see it again? That's the question.
That's a pretty good question. Skadoodle, the scout, you can do so much damage with that one. It's so good. I love the scout. But they're going to rush up middle and just take no prisoners here, as they understand the weapon situation is pretty dire. But AZK with a double on that 5-7 of his, certainly going to be throwing a wrench into the works, the collective works of Denial as they move up with the rifles. But Denial going to be able to survive with the 3 players left, so that's quite nice considering the chaos in middle.
Yeah, that could have gone on terribly worse. Fugly whipping out the potato gun. Oh yes, the Bison is in the house, people.
I'm so happy that the CZ is nerfed because you can use these SMGs now. Like
Yeah, now you can play Counter-Strike.
You can actually kind of use them. Yeah, it's really a big difference. It changes things dramatically. Either way.
Oh, the bomb is going towards Stack.
But they did drop it to go for the peaks here. They want to send in the Bison first. Send in the Bison! Fugly able to gun down 2 players, quick succession. We'll spot the remaining ones so they can just safely, if they want to, take the bomb back. Or they can be like, guys, I just want frags, and then just challenge them one by one. Which also seems to be happening.
Yeah,
I
think
the
advantage here is that they have the inkling that it's probably a stack, and while they know where all the pieces are and they're contained, it's probably easier to just go and wipe them out rather than run off to the bomb site and then they could be anywhere.
Yeah. Just throwing in the tear gas. I would imagine if you could have tear gas in CS.
Have you ever been a victim of tear gas?
No, have you?
Me neither. No.
I knew you were gonna say that.
There was one time in my bedroom where I accidentally set it off.
I cried once
Not
on
really.
this one time. It's like tear gas, but without tear gas.
That's now with the Mac 10. He's in a rap video.
It's to me. I just associate the Mag 10 with Angel.
Going out first with the bomb as well, but they've got a makeshift wall off in mid. I say makeshift because there's a giant gap in the middle, and there's a smoke in a really weird place.
Poorly crafted walls there with these smokes. They're just gonna throw everything in the kitchen sink at this guy over a white box. Finally does get taken down, and 3 players left. And honestly, iBUYPOWER have a very strong chance to take this round still. We've got a couple weak players here for Denial. They've yet to really put the bomb in play onto the A site. So Hiko can make this work. Does take down XP3, and it's all on Nafly, who's got very little to work with. He's going to get eliminated as well, and the round will go to iBUYPOWER.
XP3 opened a door and just ran onto site without looking like in the area that wasn't covered by any of his teammates at all. Just got shot inside the head by Hiko in one of the most common places on the map. I don't know what had distracted him.
It's contrast to the thing we saw on Nuke, where the guy was like made the sound cues on ladder so that his teammates could go out because the guys would be distracted on that position. But like that's what should happen there. He should be looked there because that guy should be distracted.
It looks like he was looking at his teammates.
It was, yeah.
But he has made up for it by taking out Skadoodle early on in the next round.
2 ops and a scout. The sniping action is real from the T side here. Hiko has gone on a mission. He has gone on a mission. And he is going to find himself a frag. But he does not
it's all important. So we have 3 CTs remaining, 2 on the B bomb site, as you can see there. And it's going to be Daze on his own with the aggressive position, which does give his teammates information. Yeah, you two can stay towards B. It's probably going to be B. I'm in A main, nobody's here. And that's a CT play that was missing from the Denial side. You've got a teammate flashing you in, you go in, you get a free kill.
It's super powerful. It's super powerful, especially if you know the pop flash. But we'll go into that in a second because flashing is a good subject to talk about sometimes. We do have an AWP left on Fugly and Nitro here. It's going to be all coming up onto Swag's position. Swag going to handle that like a man. Take frag. And they've got AZK cleaning up Fugly as well. But just to quickly talk about the flashing point, with pop, like sometimes with flashes, you see them like completely just not work at all because they go too far and it just doesn't land in front of the guy.
Yeah.
So that the whole point of like pop flashes for certain situations is that you know that it's going to flash the guys if they're standing there. Like that situation, they know that that flash will work every time and that you can safely do that play. So it's very good.
Aggressive movements from the CTs towards mid, as you can see there from AZK and Hiko, but it looks like it's going to be an A rush from Denial. 1 AK, 4 pistols. See if they can do this. They bridge the smoke. Daze in Daze position. It's going to be stopping any bomb plants. That's the AK down. Just pistols remaining now. XP3 and Nafly. XP3 may leave the building. Indeed he does. And Nafly, last man standing for Denial here as iBUYPOWER go to match point. This is a very solid showing. It's going to give iBUYPOWER lots of confidence, especially with a new player on their roster. You know, just this exactly the boost they need.
Just a new player, you know, just Hiko. You know?
Yeah, I haven't heard of Hiko before.
It's really weird seeing him on not Cloud9.
On not really, Cloud9.
Yeah, it's just so weird because I just associate him so heavily with their lineup.
5 deeks with Denial.
No. Oh, this will be fun. This will be fun.
Deek boosting going on somewhere.
Oh, I think we just had 2 simultaneous 1 deeks. But Dace had enough of the madness. He's going to push on through. find himself some lone deaglers. Up goes nades. It's like, nope, I'm done with this for now. Back to safety for me, as there are 4 players left, and Fugly has actually picked up an AK, so things are looking rather irksome for iBUYPOWER currently. And the bomb is actually we have Fugly in CT spawn. Sorry, XP3. Yeah, no, Fugly was in CT spawn. Does get taken down now. They're all over the place.
Yeah, this is crazy.
They are all over the place. Look at Daps. He's by B, like past B near CT spawn as well. The bomb is like T-spawn. What is happening right now with these deaglers? Daps is going to get caught out, but XP3 meanwhile is kind of left, I don't know, with an impossible mission. That was really weird. Like they're all
They're just everywhere.
2 of them were like in CT spawn. Like one of them's with the bomb in T spawn. One of them is like in middle. One's in A main. It's craziness. Craziness.